Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife, and you guys, we finally get to talk about all of the details of our 20th anniversary trip to Mexico, our 3-week trip that we are going on, we can finally say, later this month.
We had talked in previous vlogs a little bit about the trip, but this one we're going to talk a little bit more about it, give you a little bit more about what we're planning.
Yep, we haven't told you where we're going, haven't told you what the activities are, the itinerary, any of that stuff, so we're going to talk through that. But first, before we get into that, this is the longest trip we've ever done.
Yes.
We have never gone anywhere for 3 weeks. Some of the trip has changed as far as what our initial itinerary was. We will talk about that. In fact, I'm going to pull up my phone so I have the dates actually right. But it is now just less than 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
We leave. So we actually leave on our trip, looking right now, on Friday, September 19th. That evening, we will fly Anchorage to Los Angeles, and then Los Angeles to where?
Zihuatanejo.
We are going to Zihuatanejo, Mexico. Now, before we go on with our itinerary, let's talk about why in the world we chose this random place that I literally only knew of because of Shawshank Redemption. So, if you know, in the movie Shawshank, Zihuatanejo is where Andy and Red are going to meet up.
Yep.
It's kind of what people know about Ziwa. So, when we were, and I think we talked about this, when we were planning our 20th anniversary trip, we thought of a lot of different things.
We had a lot of things on the list.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had talked about even going back to like Fiji. We had talked about going to Europe. Europe was actually where we thought we were going to go.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We realized that when we get back from a Europe trip, we're exhausted.
I don't think there's any way to do Europe the way that we would want to do it and not be exhausted. There's too many things we want to see and do, and it would be an exhausting trip.
And so when we talked about what we wanted from our 20th anniversary trip, the vacation that we've had that we kept going back to was Fiji.
Yeah.
We wanted something that gave us that renewing feel that we got in Fiji, where we still got to do stuff, but it was largely being able to unplug and being able to just like stop and breathe. Yeah. And so we started looking at places like that. But the reality is that we wanted somewhere that we could go for a long time. Like we wanted somewhere that wasn't just like a week vacation or 10 days. We wanted to go for as long as we possibly could while still affording the trip, right?
Right.
And so we had the opportunity to find a resort in the town of Zihuatanejo, and we started looking into this random town, again, that we'd only ever heard of from the movie, and pretty quickly started to fall in love with it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is on the ocean. The town is right on the ocean. It's a little fishing town. It is Zihuatanejo here, and Ixtapa is here. And Ixtapa is like the more resort town.
A little more touristy.
A little more touristy, but we didn't want that.
Yeah.
We actually wanted to avoid that. We didn't want to go somewhere that was really touristy. We wanted to go somewhere that we felt like we could be in culture and just kind of unplug and rest and just explore and be. Yeah. And Ziwa just checked all of the boxes. From being right on the water with the beach. The water is very relaxing to both of us.
Yes.
To being a place that the food looks amazing. It is very, from all we can tell, very, very full of Mexican culture. Yeah. And it just, the more we looked into it, the more we said, I think this might be the place. Yeah. Also, Alaska Airlines flies there. And so we can like...
Makes it easy.
Which makes it easy to get to. And so it just like... The more we started to plan and look into this, the more it just checked literally every single box. Yeah. And so we said, you know what, let's do this. So we booked our resort, we booked our flights, and we're going to Zihuatanejo. So we originally were going to go from September, help me out with this.
It was originally going to be September 21st we were going to leave, so we would get there on 22nd. Our anniversary is the 23rd. Yep. And then we were going to leave on the 11th
of October
and get back on the 12th, which is my birthday.
So 2 things happened that changed our itinerary. First of all, Alaska Airlines had some itinerary changes flying down there.
Yeah.
And they don't fly there or out every single day. It's only certain days of the week. So we had to either move our flight later, which would have gotten us there, I think actually on our anniversary, or after our anniversary.
After our anniversary. Initially, they said they could get us there 3 days later than original, so
yeah,
we wouldn't have gotten there till the 24th.
And we thought, it's our 20th anniversary trip. We want to be there on our anniversary.
Right.
So we actually moved our trip earlier, leaving the 19th, getting there on, we actually will get to Ziwa at like 3 p.m. on the 20th. And so then we'll have a couple days, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Coming home, we ran into kind of a similar situation because I have an event I have to speak at in Anchorage on October 12th, which is also your birthday.
Right.
But because of a change of schedule, we weren't going to get home in time.
Yeah.
And so we actually moved our trip, leaving a little bit earlier. So rather than leaving on October 11th, we're actually leaving on October 8th, and we're going to spend a couple days in Los Angeles. And I'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
But let's walk through our itinerary. So we get to Ziwa, and we booked our stay at the place. And here's what we're saying. We're actually not going to tell you the name of the resorts we're staying at, just for some safety reasons. But the place we're staying at for the majority of the 3 weeks, when we booked our airline tickets originally, we booked the resort. Then our dates changed. And the resort didn't have rooms for those first 2 nights.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, so we got to stay one other place. Well, here was my thought. I didn't consult Sherri on this.
I was gonna say, I haven't even seen photos of this place. He just booked it.
My thought was this. I wanted us to stay in a place that instantly made us feel like we were on vacation. What I didn't want was just to like book a decent Airbnb and then like real vacation started 2 days later when we get to our resort. I wanted a place that like,
Immediately we're just like, and vacation.
And so the more I searched Ziwa, the more I found this one resort that just kept coming up as like the best, the best, the best. And then I saw that they have these rooms that you walk out of your room into the adults only pool. They're like pool rooms. You like step out literally into the pool. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. And the beach is right there.
Yeah.
And I just pictured us like the first couple days sleeping in, ordering like fresh fruit from room service, taking a dip in the pool, enjoying the sunshine, and just like instantly feeling like we got to start relaxing.
Yeah.
And that was what I wanted. So we're staying at one resort for 2 nights. And then we are moving to our main resort for the whole rest of the trip. And the main
It's also very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It used to be a private residence, so it's not a huge like resort with hundreds of rooms. It is kind of up on a hill that overlooks everything. Has a big infinity pool, and so.
Have an on-site restaurant, so we don't have to go out to eat if we don't want to. We can stay kind of on property.
Yep. And so that's where we're staying for most of our trip. Now, before we kind of get to coming home, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we have planned that we're going to do. Now, we are going during rainy season. So that helps us in a couple ways. We were able to do a 3-week trip for, just being honest, I think we're going to do the entire 3-week trip for less than $1,000.
Yeah.
Which, that's genuinely insane.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's like using airline points, like using other points for the resort, but like out of pocket, that's crazy for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Which is also why we were able to go for 3 weeks.
which that's exactly right. But there are some things that we want to do. However, since it's rainy season, they're not really things that we have to book in advance.
Yeah.
In fact, we may get a better deal actually waiting to book this stuff when we get there. But Lord knows I've got a list.
What?
I'm a planner, y'all. So Sherri, let's talk about some of this stuff.
I have a few things that I was like, I want to do this.
Sherri has this, I will say, this has been a really fun trip to plan because it feels like we're both very excited. Some trips are Sherri trips, some trips are Adam trips, some trips is a good balance of both of us. This trip feels like a really good balance of both. Do you agree?
I think that we were both like, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, and so we were like compiled this loose plan.
Yeah.
Of things that we for sure want to do, and then some things that be like, oh, that could be fun.
Yeah.
But if we don't, then I'm not heartbroken.
What are some of the things you want to do? They're on the list.
Release the baby turtles.
So Ziwa, in that area of Mexico, is a big sea turtle area. And one of the things that you can do, and we're there during the right season, is you actually go with conservation groups and you get to help release baby sea turtles.
That sounds like so much fun. I just can't wait to get all the photos of those tiny little baby turtles.
We were watching videos last night. Was it last night?
Yeah.
Of the turtle releases and just like getting so excited.
I'm so excited.
So we are definitely doing a baby sea turtle release.
Yeah.
What else do you want to do?
I want to sit by the pool and read. And I want to enjoy the warmth and the sunshine.
So there are in Ziwa, the photos of it are gorgeous.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, Ziwa is one of the places where a lot of like wealthy Mexicans, like nationals, will vacation to. And so it has 4 main beaches. The beaches look absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of beaches around. Like we said, our resorts have pools. And so there's a lot of opportunity for us just to like decompress.
Yes. I'm really excited to just explore the town. We've watched some YouTube videos. We've seen photos. It looks beautiful. And I'm so excited to fill up my camera roll with same flowers, and I don't even care.
So it reminds me of, so we've been to Mexico a few times, but always on cruises.
Yep.
And we haven't talked about this, but I think this is true. Tell me if it's not. Of all of the towns in Mexico we've been to, the best experience we ever had was on our cruise to Mazatlan, where we actually took a taxi away from the cruise port and walked like kind of some of the old city streets by ourselves, and just the colors and the buildings.
The colors and the colors.
There's a lot of colors. I meant the colors and the buildings
and the people
and the culture.
That was my favorite day of that cruise.
That was, I think, my favorite day in all of Mexico that we've been. And as I started looking at Ziwa and the town itself and the things the town has, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
And I could picture ourselves walking like through the market and through the town and all of that. And so I just felt like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And so we are going to definitely take time to explore the town we're in.
Yeah.
Sunday is like, they always have cultural celebrations kind of in the town square. So on Sundays, we're going to make our way down there and we're going to like watch some of the cultural celebrations.
Yeah.
They have an amazing market that we're planning on going and getting fruits and vegetables from, buying pastries from for breakfast.
Yeah.
Just like, we don't want to stay in our resort and just order room service the whole time.
No.
We're going to do that some days.
We're going to do that some days, but there are days like we for sure want to get out of the resort and actually see the town.
In fact, one of the things that really drew us to this was some of the videos we were watching, and then people we've talked to have said, like, this is a pretty, like, local town. Like, you're gonna want to learn Spanish because it's not like one of those touristy towns where everybody's gonna speak English.
Right.
And so, like, learn some Spanish. So we, primarily Sherri, has been learning Spanish.
Trying to.
And I'm actually looking forward to like fumbling our way through that.
Yeah.
You know, trying the food, trying the drinks, sitting, getting to talk to the locals. There's a lot of expats who live in Ziwa.
Yep.
It seems like there's a big community of them there, so getting connected, which we already have kind of started online, connecting to some. And so, yeah, so that. Any other things specific to you?
I don't think so.
Okay, so my things are, I really want to do a cooking class. And I found a cooking class where they actually take you you meet in like a home, and then they take you to the market and you get to buy all of the ingredients at the market, and then you go back to the home and you learn how to cook some of the local dishes. I think that sounds so much fun.
That sounds like a blast.
Because Z was on the water, I want to take boats out to some of the surrounding islands, as well as do like a sunset cruise. Just kind of be out on the water, not just looking at the water, but get out on the water.
Yeah.
It is a big whale watching town, but I don't think we're really there during the right season.
Right.
That seems like it's more springtime, so I think we're gonna miss that. But there are like dolphins there. There's just lots of sea turtles. There's lots of other things that I'd like to be on the water to do.
Yeah.
There's also some kind of archaeological sites near there.
Yeah.
I really want to go check those out.
That sounds like a lot of fun too.
So when I was in Guatemala, I've been to Guatemala twice, years and years ago, and I got to go see a bunch of Mayan ruins, and that's one of those experiences in life that has always stayed with me. And a lot of the photos and videos I've watched of the archaeological sites near Ziwa are reminiscent of that. Similar with like ball courts and pyramids and all that. So we're going to go explore all of that.
Yeah.
But we are trying to really balance doing stuff with relaxing.
With not doing stuff.
Because we want to come home excited and renewed for the next 20 years. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's kind of like that. This is a big milestone. 20 years is a big deal. I feel like we're too young to have been married 20 years. But gosh darn it, we've almost made it.
Yeah.
And so we want to have time together. And so we are going to vlog the trip, but we're not going to vlog the whole trip.
Yeah.
We're going to have time just for us. But we are going to share a lot of what we do.
Yeah.
So some other stuff. Sherri Beth, we are going there for our 20th anniversary. Have you started planning anything for our 20th anniversary?
Nope.
Good thing I have. And Sherri has no idea what it is. But I'm so excited.
I have no worries though.
I've proven to you that I am good at this.
Yes.
The only thing I have not found any bookstores in Ziwa. I will say I have Googled it, but I haven't found any bookstores.
Well.
So we need to find that. Another thing.
But.
Yes.
Are they all going to be in Spanish?
That's a very good point, because your Spanish isn't that good.
It's not great. I can read better than I can speak.
Good point.
But still probably not great enough to like read an entire novel in Spanish.
Probably not. We are going to do a Spanish packing video, so we'll show you the books that we're bringing. One thing you and I have talked about a little bit, and we're going to have this conversation live on camera. Maybe.
Right now, apparently.
Whoops. One of the things that you and I, we made a video years ago where we talked about how do we travel so much. And we said that kind of the two areas of life for us that we really want to live big in are travel and generosity, right? And that requires us to live smaller in other areas, like driving older cars that are paid off that we don't have payments on, like owning a townhome instead of a single family home, like, you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. So obviously we're going on a trip for 3 weeks. That's living big in travel. I want to talk about the generosity thing because I have felt since we started thinking about this trip that going into a part of the world where even if the town we are in is beautiful and amazing, there is still like a lot of need there. And I think it'd be great to look for specific ways to help out the community while we're there.
I love that.
So Sherri and I, some of the things that I've been looking into, there's a couple like youth literacy programs that are trying to teach kids, especially in surrounding villages, to read. I was like, that's kind of close to us. There's a couple other like youth and children involved programs. So I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I would like to share that because here's what I'd love. I would love for us to find a program, an organization, a mission, a cause in Mexico while we are there that we can highlight on the vlog. Maybe not show fully what they're doing for safety reasons, but even like some of you may want to give to, may want to connect to. So I'm going to look for that because I thought that'd be cool to just on our 20th anniversary, do something not just big for us, but like big for the community we're going to.
I love that.
You're in?
I'm in.
Here's the thing, you guys. I knew she would be. That's why I didn't need to talk to her in advance about it. It's like when it comes to helping people, Sherri, I get a lot of credit because of my job. I actually think Sherri's the one who is more likely to help more people even than me. It's true. You guys just don't. You guys.
Statement.
It's true. You guys just don't get to see all the time. So that is a lot more of our trip. Now, at the end of our trip, we are flying from Ziwa to LAX, where we're spending 2 days before we fly home. So we'll be in Los Angeles. We fly out October 8th, and then we get to LAX the night of the 8th. We're in LA the 9th, and then the 10th, and we fly from LAX to Anchorage the night of the 10th, get in the morning of the 11th.
Yeah.
So I'm here for my work event on the 12th and your birthday.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Which is probably going to be a pretty low-key birthday.
It's probably going to be pretty low. After 3 weeks in Mexico, Sherri, your birthday may be ordering sushi at the house and just like hanging out with Captain America.
You know, I'm okay with that.
But we were thinking about this time in LA, these couple days we have, and here's the danger. I think some of you will relate to this. Sometimes you have a vacation, but you do so much on the vacation you come home exhausted. Kind of like we were talking about earlier with like the Europe thing. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, when I first realized that we were going to have 2 days in Los Angeles, it was either Los Angeles or Seattle, and we chose Los Angeles. My first thought was like, think of all the things we could do. We could go to Disney, we could go to Universal. Les Mis, my all-time favorite musical, is playing in Los Angeles while we're there. Like, we could, 2 days in LA, all of the stuff we could do.
And then come home exhausted.
That's
After
the problem.
3 weeks of relaxation, come home like dead.
And so I thought, you know what? Nope. There's a gift in these 2 days in LA to basically continue the relaxation of this trip.
So we have one thing planned.
We have one thing planned. We have one dinner with friends, and that's literally all we're doing in LA.
Because we can't go anywhere near there without seeing their beautiful faces.
And so we are going to get Sherri Chick-fil-A. We're probably going to get me In-N-Out. We are going to make sure I don't have the hotel booked for the LA yet. I need to figure that out. But I want to get a place that has like a pool that we can just like spend the last part of our trip the way we've spent the rest of it, just relaxing.
Yeah.
So that we don't come home exhausted. So nope, no Disney, no Universal, no like touristy kind of activities. Just like breathing so that we can re-enter life feeling rested.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, it cut off. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
But we're back. Okay, last thing. Well, maybe not the last thing, but the next thing I want to talk about, a lot of you guys have asked about Captain America. What are you doing with Captain America? What's going to happen to him for 3 weeks?
He'll be fine by himself.
We're just going to leave him home. We thought, you know what, let's leave him out.
He is 6 months old. He is old enough to take care of himself.
He needs to learn to be independent. We're just going to give him like a little bowl of food, some water. And here's the thing. He would survive in the wild.
He would.
You guys,
he would figure it right out.
We're not doing that.
No, we are not.
Actually, it's really exciting. We have somebody who we love dearly who was actually agreed to come up here and watch him and watch our house the entire 3 weeks.
Yep.
Somebody you guys know, somebody you guys love. You will see it in future vlogs.
Yeah.
But it's a huge peace of mind for us.
Yeah. To have somebody that we love and trust being in our house, kind of watching our house, but also watching our baby.
Yep.
He will be in very good hands.
That was one of the things, you know, even before we got Captain America, we knew we had this trip coming. And it was like, oh man, we're going to have like a 6-month-old kitten and then be gone for 3 months or 3 weeks. But then this all fell together in just the most perfect way.
Yes, it did.
So he will be very, very well taken care of.
Yes.
So Sherri, we are, from the time we're filming this, we are 17 days away from leaving.
Yes, we are.
On the longest trip we've ever done. Tell me the feelings, thoughts, emotions. How are you doing? What are you thinking as we get closer?
I'm very excited for the trip.
Yeah.
I'm also very stressed.
Okay, because why?
To get to where we can leave. Work, trying to get stuff done because I am going to be gone for so long. Working ahead so that I'm, you know, not leaving things for everybody else to do. And, you know, life stuff, house stuff, wanting to get done before we go. There's just, I feel like every time I think about, like, the list of things I need to do, I'm like, oh, that one too, I need to add it to the list. So, like, the list just keeps getting longer, and I'm a little bit stressed out.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Here's the thing. Have we ever gone on a trip, maybe it was just even for a weekend away, or a week away, or a cruise, that leading up to it, you haven't been stressed?
No, because there's always things that need to get done before we go, and I just feel like the list of things that need to get done is more because of the length of the trip.
I agree, and you are fully, from your job, you are fully taking 3 weeks off.
Yes.
We are going to have to do a little bit of work for the nonprofit while we're gone, but very minimal. I mean,
very minimal.
Both of us are largely taking off the entire 3 weeks. This is not a working vacation. Yeah. This really is like a vacation. Yeah. But like Sherri said, that means that there's a lot of stuff we've got to get done. But again, we are like, if there's a huge emergency, cell phones work.
Right.
Actually, I'm just realizing I should figure out how cell phones work there. Do I need to get a special plan? Do I need to get an international? I'm just now thinking about this.
Probably figure this out.
I should probably think about this is the stuff.
This is add it to the list.
Add it to the list. This is the stuff.
Yeah.
But you are excited.
I am very excited. And I think that it's the kind of thing that, like, once we're on the plane, it's like what got done, what didn't, I guess is fine, and we'll deal with it when we get back, and life will go on.
Yeah.
It will be fine.
I think I am I think I can genuinely say I'm more excited for this trip than any trip we've ever taken.
Really? Even like Fiji?
Even Fiji. Here's why. And because Fiji, you guys know, you followed along, you know that Fiji was booked, then COVID happened, the world shut down, we rebooked it. And so there's like a lot of anticipation for Fiji.
Yeah.
This, to me, is more needed.
I would agree with
The
that.
last 2 years of life with the opening of the coffee shop and just changes in jobs and changes in life and like a lot of stuff.
The busyness.
The last 2 years, I feel like I've taken a beating.
You have.
And I feel like I need this trip. Like I'm so excited for an extended period away.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so looking forward to this. And I'm also looking forward to this because like we've never traveled this way. It's funny, like when we've been telling people that we're going to Mexico for 3 weeks, almost exclusively what people have said is like, oh, is it a cruise? Is it a cruise? Is it a cruise? Because that's normally what we do. Is it a cruise?
My work is like, wait, you're going for 3 weeks and you're not taking a cruise?
Right. But I just feel like
you work for a cruise line, right?
this is a very different kind of way for us to travel.
No.
And I'm so excited to just immerse us into this amazing little seaside town where at 6 a.m. the fishing boats come in from fishing and they spread out their catch on the beach and you can go buy whatever you want and the chef at the resort or local restaurants will cook it for you. Like I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
Just like to walk down to the market and buy like the fruit we want for the day. To just be in a culture where I don't fully understand the language, but I'm so glad to see the people.
Yeah.
Like I'm so excited about this trip and I just like when I think about it, I don't think about the stress of the language. I don't think about the stress of the conversion rate. I think about just like, oh, it's just
I'm not stressed about the language thing. I think that we're going to be able to figure it out, and if we can't, then it's fine. Like it's still going to be beautiful. It's still going to be fun. Like,
and thank you, Google Translate.
That too. I'm also just very excited just to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, especially the last 2 years with the coffee shop and everything that's been going on, like we just haven't had a lot of just like us time.
True. Yep.
And I'm excited for that because I like you.
I booked a separate rooms. We're actually gonna have separate vacations.
Well,
I'm gonna be on a sailboat.
okay.
You're gonna be in a bookstore.
I mean,
Not the worst. Let's be very
not
honest. We
the
were
worst plan you've ever made.
Thank
but-
you.
But I do like you, and I like to spend time with you, and I feel like we've just been sort of like passing for so long, and I'm excited to just like spend time with you.
And celebrating our 20th anniversary is a great opportunity to reconnect.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to know, friends. We're getting to the end of the video. Have any of you been to Zihuatanejo? Do you know anything about Zihuatanejo other than the fact that it was in the movie Shawshank Redemption?
We almost watched it the other night, and then we were like, ugh, it's really long.
It's a long movie. We will watch it before we go.
We will, for sure.
We have talked to friends who have gone.
Yes.
Literally everybody we've talked to like raves about it. In fact, I've read so many articles that are like, why don't more people know about this place? Like it's this hidden gem.
Yeah,
like,
everybody that we've talked to that's been there, like as soon as we say that's where we're going, they light up and they're like, oh, it's gonna be so amazing, and you have to do this and this and this. It's gonna be so fun.
yeah.
So like we have never come across anybody yet who's like, oh, well.
No, you know what? In fact, I want to talk about one more thing before we end the video, because we've also gotten a lot of questions about safety.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The place we're going, the state of Guerrero, is not the safest state. In fact, there's travel warnings to not go there. We have talked to expats. We've talked to Americans who live there. We've talked to Americans who have visited there recently. And to the best of our knowledge, we are going to travel as safely as possible by staying in parts of the town that are safe, right? I think it's true about anywhere you go. There are places you can go here in the United States that you would put yourself at higher risk of danger because you stepped into a certain place.
Correct.
So don't do that.
Correct.
And so we're gonna be very safe about that. We are not going to be driving the back roads of the state of Guerrero at nighttime.
We're not driving.
We're not renting a car. Pretty much everything we're doing is kind of in the local area.
Yeah.
And so we are going to be as safe as possible. Are you concerned about safety?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I am either. I also don't want fear to, I want us to make wise decisions and be smart, but I don't want to let fear keep us from this. And so, so I personally am looking forward to it. And again, I've talked to lots of Americans who live there. We will be identifying ourselves as Alaskans. People love Alaskans, you guys. It's one of the things we learned about traveling internationally.
That's true.
If you say you're from Alaska, oh man, people love you.
Love it.
They want to know all about it. So we'll be Alaskans.
Yeah. And we are Alaskans, so like that.
And we are. 17 days away. We're approaching like exchanging money, like getting pesos to take with us, stopping our mail, just doing all of that kind of stuff. And so it's getting so close, and that's kind of hard to believe that this month we will be in Mexico. And this month we're celebrating our 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
20 years.
20 years. I don't feel like we're old enough to have been married for 20 years.
Gosh, but what a 20 years it's been. And I love the fact that we get to, on our 20th anniversary, we get to look back at the last 20 years and we get to celebrate how great it has been and say that, man, I hope the next 20 years include more of what the first 20 have included. Rather than saying like, I hope the next 20 years are better than the last 20 years.
Right.
Like,
I mean, there's, we had downs. We had a lot of health crises.
100%.
We had some other not great things happen.
Yep.
But
for the most
I feel
part,
like we have had a really great 20 years.
Yeah, I hope that the next 20 years there's more of that.
Yeah.
Like more of that stuff rather than like a whole different 20 years.
Yeah.
And we get to start it in Mexico with margaritas in hand and dolphins and baby turtles and amazing food and colors and colors. You guys, we love you so much. We want to know, have you been to Zihuatanejo? Do you have any questions about our trip? I think we shared pretty much everything except for the resorts we're staying at because, gosh darn it, we don't want you knocking on our door. It's our anniversary. Let us have our alone time. I'm just kidding. If by some random chance you live in Ziwa, please let us know. I would if we meet a LeggLife viewer in Zihuatanejo, Mexico, my mind will be freaking blown.
That'd be amazing.
My mind would be blown. Friends, we love you so much. We will see you on the next LeggLife video.